I don't know.
That was in the 50s. We were in grammar school. Yeah, you had to get under the desk.
Yeah.
Yes. And they
That
would
had to
pull
do
them,
with
and
the
if it was
atomic
at
bomb.
nighttime,
Yeah.
if it was at nighttime, you had to close all your lights and curtains. And
Yeah, you had to
everything.
close all
And they had a
pull
block
the shades
person
down and
that used to
live
go
in
around.
darkness.
Because they were afraid there was going to be a bomb.
Bomb.
So they just set off a siren and everyone just hid?
Oh yeah, yeah. Automatic. Yeah. Yeah. All lights went out. Even in the streets, they did turn lights out. Yeah. We didn't go into that too much either, because we didn't see it all, you know. Yeah, yeah. So, I mean, the country was, and as I say, when I graduated 8th grade, that's when my mom didn't go anymore. She stayed.
Did you notice like any differences in society before and after the war?
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, I lived in poverty all the time. I mean, my husband, he was in the service, then he came out, and he was working outside, a bricklayer. He was a bricklayer. Yeah, he did good work, but it didn't pay because he worked for someone. So when he came out of service, I wanted him to go into business. I said, well, borrow $2,000. We can do it, you know. That's all you needed in those days to start a business. But he was afraid. He didn't. You know. So we had a dose of it. I mean, poured it. So yeah. So finally, when they all got in school, I said to him, I'm going to work. And I did. I went to work. And the lady next door used to watch them. Yeah. So I worked a good 35, 40 years after that. That I quit because my husband died. He was sick. And he died. No, I didn't get back in. Because I had to quit to take care of him. And that was all. That was the end of my life, really. Yeah, because these kids had gotten older, you know, and all. And they got married. But that was all. Yeah.
Like governmentally, did you see anything between like before the war started and after it ended? Like, did you see anything change? Like,
Well, the only thing I know is when Roosevelt got in, he's the one that came out with the Depression, you know, giving people money that needed it, you know, care. But he started that. But that's all I know of that, yeah. Yeah. I don't remember anything about it, really.
were you aware of what the Nazis were doing to the German population?
Oh, yeah, we knew that. Yeah, we were feeling sorry for them. Yeah, but we couldn't reach them, you know. They were taken care of over there. Yeah, we did.
Go there, they had a game there.
The way they had them in line to go into the ovens. Oh my God, it was terrible. Yeah. Do you know about it? Good stuff. Yeah.
I guess it's hard if you don't have televisions to see what's going on.
Yeah. That's it.
What was your knowledge and opinion about Germany and Japan before and during the war, and what are your opinions now?
Well, we had them when we were kids. We didn't realize, you know, what was going on in Germany until, like I said, we saw them on TV. When the TV came out in TVs came out in the late 40s, I guess, and that's when we used to see different things about it. But, they were in line and all, and now they stripped them naked to go into this. It was like a tunnel. Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know too much about it.
After the Pearl Harbor attacks, did you see the discrimination of Asian people throughout?
I don't.
Or was that more on like the West Coast?
I don't know. We didn't see it here, I don't think, yet. It wasn't any different here. I mean, yeah. No, I didn't.
How have your opinions on all of this changed as you've matured and like learned more about what had happened?
Yeah, well, me, I made up my mind that we weren't going to be poor. You know, I mean, that was my opinion. Because I was so sick and tired of struggling to pay rent and all. And when they, as a matter of fact, I went to work at, what was that place on Price Street? I went to work there a few weeks to get money for coal. We had coal in those days. We didn't have it.
To like keep the house?
Yeah, to get the house, yeah. I lived in a beautiful home. My girlfriend's father was sheriff down at City Hall. And I lived in a nice home, paid $30 a month. And that was hard for me.
Was that like a lot back then compared to
Yeah,
now?
oh yeah. So then I went to work and I worked like about 3 or 4 weeks and I saved $200 to buy coal for the winter. Yeah, we had depression then. Yeah. Because Dad was in service at that time and all that happened. This was in 1942, 41, 42. Yeah. But that's all. Then when we moved, I was sheriffed out of this house because they had sold it.
This house?
No, where I lived. And we bought a home up in Mount Airy. And I thought, oh my God, could we pay for it, you know? You didn't need much down then. And my brother gave me $200. I had a brother who had money. He made good money. He was a businessman all the time. But anyway, he gave me $200 and we put it down on the house. Yeah, and that's where we lived. I moved here in 1973. I didn't hear because the neighborhood was going bad. You know, and there was shooting and everything up there. Yeah, that was bad. So I couldn't have the kids live there. Well, they were married though. I'm not saying that. But they did. But then it got to be too bad about it, you know. So we moved. And we just drove up a couple of years ago through the neighborhood, and this colored guy, he was coming down, and he was saying, Nick, stop. And here it was a neighbor across the street from us where we lived. And he says, come on in. What a beautiful home he had. He never went in anybody's house. You know, if they were colored, he didn't go in. And anyway, he said, the neighborhood's bad here. There's shooting and everything going on. So Sonny says, well, why don't you move? He said, I'm too old to move. You know, he was old. But anyway, I hear he died, you know. But we bought that house and I sold it. We sold it. Nick sold the house for $10,000. And everybody else was getting $20,000. But he knew these people and he sold it to them for $10,000. Yeah. He had a hard life, but it was good. They had hard.
Did your family do anything to support the war? Like how there were people had restrictions on like how much gas they could buy and how much clothing.
Oh yeah, I was working then when the gas, when you went to buy gas for the car, you know, you had to go a certain day. Yeah. And sometimes you'd stand in line and they didn't take you because they would stop it at a certain thing. But I was working at that time and driving. I mean, I was driving. Yeah.
How did that like affect your life?
Well, terrible. I'd be so frustrated. Oh my God. I'd get home and I'd be crying. But we lived through it, you know. I mean, if you could do it, you're going to write something about it now? Do you have to write about it? Yeah, see, that's all I know. I wasn't exciting, dull life, you know. So, but that was all. Yeah.
Well, thank you for your time.
Yeah, you're welcome if you can get something out of it. Good luck on it, you know. You have to put in your own words and all. Yeah.